down 1,000 times. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
Welcome to the show, guys. Got a massive one here for you. We are talking about fantasy football players to avoid that really suck. Guys, I'm going to go through one player per team that absolutely sucks. Like really, really sucks. Do not draft. And every player that I go through on that team is relatively fantasy relevant. So these are big name players. Now, for example, let's go through this. Arizona Cardinals, okay? I could easily tell you that Colt McCoy sucks, but he's the backup to Kyler Murray. I could easily tell you that Rondale Moore sucks, but he's the backup to Marquise Brown. I'm going to be aiming higher on the depth chart and telling you a player that sucks for each team. So it's ultra exciting players to avoid. You definitely want to listen because last year I told you to avoid DeAndre Swift. Everybody had DeAndre Swift as a top 8 running back amongst running backs in PPR, which was crazy. I'm like, years to wow us, guys. And guess what? We weren't wowed. So I'm bringing the energy here to save your fantasy football teams. This is a very important episode, the suckasode. So make sure you guys do smash that thumbs up. It's very important. It takes 2 seconds. Lion mentality. Hit the smash button, guys, and drop a comment below. Let me know who is the biggest suck per team. Give me some names. You don't have to go through every team, but drop some names below and let me know how you think I'm doing. Do you agree with my picks? Am I crazy? Do they absolutely suck? Some of the guys I'm mentioning, make it interactive below. And again, smash that thumbs up. Now, before I get into this, guys, you want to know who the optimal players are to draft in each round. Secure the 16-round draft solution. I've linked it below. Use code SMASH to save. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players to draft in each round. Everything you need, printable cheat sheet, all in one spot, and I update it until the season starts. Grab 16 rounds below and join the fantasy front lines, guys. Join as generals, captains, or privates in the fantasy front lines. That's patreon.com/FF Counselor. In-season content, year-long content, waiver wire starts. It's everything on the front lines. Join below. All right, let's dive into this, guys. Hit the thumbs up, drop a comment below. Let's go. Starting off with the Arizona Cardinals. Who is the suck on this team? Now, a lot of people are drafting this guy relatively high, James Conner. Now, he was okay on the Steelers, and then last year busted. He had a good year a couple years ago, but that was very touchdown dependent. Years to wow us, and we're not really wowed. Average running back at best, and some people are telling you go 0 RB and then draft like a Conner or a J.K. Dobbins. Listen, James Conner, you suck. I'm avoiding you, okay? And again, there's more players that suck on these teams, but I'm going one per team, okay? One per team. Atlanta Falcons, a team I love for fantasy. How do I pick someone that sucks? I got to go here with Tyler Algier. Now, he had a good year last year, but guess what? They wouldn't have drafted Bijan Robinson if Tyler Algier was good. So guess what, guys? Tyler Algier sucks. That's the bottom line. If he was that great, they would have kept him. They would have never drafted Bijan. Does it make sense, guys? Use common sense. Use logic. Common sense, not that common no more. Moving on to the Baltimore Ravens. Who sucks here, guys? It's so blatantly obvious. He had a barely decent rookie year. Didn't play his second year. Third year played like 8 games. The guy I'm talking about is J.K. Dobbins. Correct me if I'm wrong on how many games he played. It doesn't matter. He's done nothing. Years to wow me, and guess what? Drop it in the comments. I'm not wowed. J.K. Dobbins sucks. Absolutely. And everyone telling you right now, go 0 RB, get your wide receivers, and get J.K. Dobbins as your RB1. That is ludicrous. He sucks. He's a trash player. And they brought in Melvin Gordon. You think if they believed in J.K. Dobbins, they would have brought in another guy that sucks just as bad, even worse in Melvin Gordon? They both suck. You got 2 sucks on this team. You get a bonus. And I'm going to give you 3 sucks on this team. I'm making an exception for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson sucks. Yes, you heard it. Lamar Jackson sucks. Only played 12 games the past 2 seasons. Why am I going to draft a guy for the past 2 seasons, played 12 games, 2 seasons, okay? 12 games, and can't throw over 3,000 yards to save his life? 3 sucks on this team. Yes, Lamar Jackson has that upside. Yes, he could bounce back. Yes, they finally gave him some receivers. They drafted Zay Flowers. Either way, Past couple years, he sucks. There, you got some bonuses there. Buffalo Bills. Oh, this is an interesting one here, okay? Now, not a lot of sucking going on here because they got rid of Devin Singletary. Remember Devin Singletary? He sucked. This year, it's kind of tough to pick here. It's hard to say anybody really sucks because, again, everybody's done pretty decent. We don't know what James Cook is capable of. This is a team where it's very hard. I've never run into a situation yet. It's hard to say anybody sucks. You can make an argument that Gabe Davis sucks because he's not surpassing Stephon Diggs, but he's good when given the volume. Damian Harris, we don't know. Now, Latavius Murray's here. No one's drafting him, so I'm only talking about fantasy relevant players that suck, okay? So this one, I'm stumped, but I got to go with Gabe Davis sucks here because he's not really, like he had that year a couple years ago in the playoffs where he had like a bunch of touchdowns in the playoffs. Then he sucked last year. So I'm going to go with Gabe Davis here on Buffalo, but not with a lot of conviction, a lot of hate on this one. All right. Panthers. There's a lot of sucking going on here, okay? Too much going on. I don't even know who to go with here because you got Chark listed as DJ Chark, who absolutely sucks, is a wide receiver 1. Are you kidding me? Maybe Mingo takes that position. And then you got Miles Sanders. Absolutely sucks. Years to wow us, we're now out. Well, Joey rushed over 1,000 yards last year. I don't care. He's garbage. He sucks. Trash. Rookie quarterback coming in. People are drafting Miles Sanders as their RB1 as part of a 0 RB strategy. That is ludicrous. He's sucks. Miles Sanders, okay? Chicago Bears here. This is an interesting one here. A lot of sucking going on here. Now, this is going to ruffle some feathers here, and they're going to argue with me in the comments, and they're going to debate because they always stick up for this guy, but he's a loser. The guy I'm talking about is DJ Moore. Absolutely sucks, and he's going on a team where the quarterback can't throw over 3,000 yards and still has not been proven. So, I'm not sold on him. Also, again, I can't help but say this, the entire wide receiving core sucks, from Darnell Mooney to Chase Claypool. I'm avoiding this entire wide receiver core. Chase Claypool came out a couple years ago and said, I'm one of the best receivers in the league. I'm a top 3. You've done nothing, bro. You suck. Absolutely suck. Go to his Instagram, Chase Claypool. Take a look at his modeling pictures. They even suck. They're terrible. Go look at them, all right? That's all I got to say. All right, Cincinnati Bengals, who sucks here? I'm going to go here with Tyler Boyd. Now, this is where people make a big mistake when we're talking fantasy football draft strategy, okay? In the mid to later rounds, they'll draft a wide receiver 3 as a Tyler Boyd. And I always use him as an example because why? He sucks. I would rather go for an upside wide receiver, a guy like a Rashee Rice, for example, giving you a free sleeper there, over a guy that's had years to wow us, we're not wow. Tyler Boyd absolutely sucks, yet people draft him. And this is where the 16-round draft solution omits players that have had years to wow us, we're not wow, that suck. So, Tyler Boyd, you, sir, suck. All right, let's move on to the Cleveland Browns here. A lot of sucking going on here. I got to go here with Donovan Peoples-Jones, okay? His name says Peoples in it, but he's not pleasing any people. He sucks. I don't know how to tell you this, guys. Years to wow us, we're not wowed. Donovan Peoples-Jones absolutely sucks. Trash player. No business being in the NFL. And again, there's way worse players down below, like a David Bell or a Cedric Tillman, like guys that absolutely aren't even worth talking about, that aren't even CFL worthy, but are on the depth chart. And again, I'm not mentioning, but I'm just talking about guys that could be somewhat fantasy relevant, whereas some people may draft and are crazy enough to draft Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's pleasing no people. Dallas Cowboys. Oh my goodness. I got to go here. There's a bunch of sucking going on here. I got to go with Michael Gallup. I mean, he's had tons of opportunity to thrive on this team. They always try to find another wide receiver to bring in. They brought in Brandon Cooks this year. Michael Gallup has had the opportunity to be the wide receiver 1 of his team with injuries to the roster, different wide receivers coming in. But guess what? He sucks, so he's never been able to do it. Michael Gallup, you, sir, are the suck for the Dallas Cowboys. Denver Broncos here, okay? There's a lot of sucking going on here. Now, there is a guy that stands out and jumps out at me who's had opportunity and has kind of had some blips of shine, but has never been the true RB1. The guy I'm talking about is Samaj Perine. Samaj Perine, a.k.a. Samaje Perine. They call him Perine. There's no P-E-E there. It's Perine, okay? Samaj Perine. You, sir, suck. You can never be an RB1. Never. Never, 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 never. Never. You should be ashamed of yourself for never surpassing anybody on the depth chart and becoming the RB1. You, sir, suck. Detroit Lions here, okay? Let's talk about it. There's a lot of sucking going on here. But the one that kind of jumps out at me immediately, and I don't do this with young players too much because typically I look at players that have had years to wow us, we're not wowed. But I got to go with Jameson Williams here, who has just done nothing. Rookie year, now he's suspended, just not capitalizing on the opportunity, not taking advantage of the opportunity that is the NFL and making it. And he's getting suspended, missing more time. Jameson Williams, you suck. Absolutely. Just a big shame, 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 shame. All right, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers here. A lot of sucking going on here. I got to go here with Aaron Jones. A lot of people are still drafting him thinking he's the Aaron Jones of a couple years ago. Never really been outstanding, been decent, but he was benefiting from a Devontae Adams who was stretching the field and a veteran quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Jones has never been really good. Dylan's been breathing down his neck. In fact, a couple years ago, Dylan attempted him and touchdowned him. Either way, Aaron Jones, I'm not touching this year. Mediocre on the downside of his career. You, sir, suck. I'm never, ever drafting you. Let's talk about the Texans here. A lot of sucking going on here. And the guy that jumps out at me, and again, this depth chart at the wide receiver position is an absolute disaster. I'm going to give you two sucks here. I know I said one suck per team, but I got to say here, Robert Woods. He has no business being in the NFL. I remember a couple years ago, this is a true story. I'm going to share a story with you guys. It's story time here. I'm going to share a story that I remember clear as day where Robert Woods was actually being drafted ahead of Cooper Kupp. And I said, Robert Woods sucks. Now everyone likes Cooper Kupp more than Robert Woods, but that's besides the fact. So, Robert Woods, you suck. You have no business being in the NFL. I'm going to give you a bonus suck here. Devin Singletary, who absolutely had the opportunity to crush it with the Bills and absolutely sucked. He has no business being in the NFL. Indianapolis Colts, and I keep talking about it every year, and every year he sucks. Zach Moss, a.k.a. Boss. Moss boss, I'm a boss. No, you're not a boss. You suck. You suck, dude. You will never surpass Jonathan Taylor, okay? He should be ashamed of himself. Shame, shame, shame. Coming out into the NFL saying, I'm the Zach Moss boss. You're the boss of nothing but the bench. You, sir, suck. Absolutely never drafted you. Let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ruffling more feathers here. Missed his rookie year last year. 0.3 fantasy points in one game, 3.2 in multiple other games. I keep talking about it. I don't care if I sound like a broken record because the mainstream consensus are telling you to draft this guy as an RB1, and I'm drafting Tank Bigsby whenever I can. The guy I'm talking about is Travis Etienne. You, sir, absolutely suck. Had the opportunity last year to shine, did not shine. Finished 17th amongst running backs, something like that. Go look it up. Didn't finish in the top 10. Could have been a top 10 guy. People drafted you thinking you were a top 10. You, sir, absolutely suck. Let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs here. Oh my God, there's a lot of sucking going on here. But the one that immediately, oh my God, I got to give you two for this one. Two. I'm so excited to get this out of my system here. Marquise Valdez-Scantling, this big name, MVS they call him. I even saw a highlight reel that the Chiefs posted. MVS last year, he had 2 touchdowns all season. They showed probably one of those 2 touchdowns in the highlight reel. Praising this guy. Dude, if you were to have the dictionary, I'll go pull a dictionary. There's a big picture of Marquise Valdez-Scantling right there. He sucks. He shouldn't have any abbreviation. They shouldn't call him MVS. They should just have SUCKS on the back of his shirt because MVS absolutely sucks. And so does Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And all the Chiefs has told you in his rookie year to draft him. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, first round pick. He's going to be amazing. He sucks, dudes. Dude, wake up. Absolute trash. Okay, let's move on here to the Chargers. There's a lot of sucking going on here. But I got to say the most absolute trash player out of all these guys has to be Joshua Kelly, who can't even surpass a guy that sucks in Austin Eckler. Hold on, Joe. How could you say that Austin Eckler sucks? He's good. He's a backup. But it's a backup for the sucky Melvin Gordon for years. finally got the opportunity. It was a product of the offense. They could have plugged me in there, could have done what Austin Eckler did. He's not fantastic. The wide receiver core was banged up. You're going to see a major decline. And look for a sleeper of Isaiah Spiller. Isaiah Spiller never got a chance here. But Austin Eckler, not a fan. But Joshua Kelly, you suck because you can't even surpass Austin Eckler. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. You're a backup that couldn't even pass a worse backup. Shame on you. You had the opportunity. Joshua Kelly, you suck. And I got to say the wide receiver sucks there as well because they can't stay healthy, including Mike Williams. All right, the Rams. Okay, let's talk about this, okay? Now, he could prove me wrong this year, but the suck on the Rams has to be Cam Akers. Years to wow us, we're not wowed. Another guy that people are saying draft early. I mean, not early, but like draft as your RB1, 4th round-ish, and goes to your RB. Years to wow us, we're not wowed. Cam Akers, you suck. Done nothing. You've done absolutely nothing. All right, let's move on to the Vegas Raiders here. Man, I'm going to go here with Jacoby Myers, who's slated kind of as the wide receiver 2 here on this team. Absolutely sucks. That's all I got to tell you. Okay, I'm going to move on here. Miami Dolphins here. A lot of sucking going on here. I can't believe it. I don't know if you can believe this, but Jeff Wilson Jr. is slated as the RB1. They drafted Devin Achane there. Listen, okay, sucks. Jeff Wilson is the definition. He is right up there with Marquise Valdez-Scantling, Tyler Boyd, and all the other guys that have sucked through the years, including Peyton Barber, if you guys remember. Jeff Wilson has no business being in the NFL for one, and no business currently being slated as the RB1. Now, mind you, the company that he's with absolutely sucks, including Alec Ingold, Myles Gaskin, and Raheem Mustard. Mustard absolutely sucks too. I like the mustard on my hot dogs, but not so much in fantasy football. Raheem Mustard is the definition of sucking, so I can see why Jeff Wilson is on top of all the other guys that suck. But when you have so many players that suck, someone's bound to make it on top. Jeff Wilson is the guy. Absolute trash. All right, let's talk about the Vikings here. Now, the guy that sucks here is Alexander Mattison. I'll tell you why, guys. It's very simple. If Mattison was outstanding, he would have surpassed Dalvin Cook. And he had tons of opportunity to do that because Dalvin Cook was never on the field. So, Alexander Mattison had the opportunity. Now he's got the opportunity, but I like Dwayne McBride as a sleeper stash, okay? Mark him on your radar because Madison has never got it done. Quick story time again. A couple years ago, Madison, I had him because I ended up drafting him. I avoided Cook, drafted Madison because I knew Cook was going to go down. Started Madison this 1 week that Cook went down, gave me like 3 points. Dude, I lost it on social media. Madison comes on to my social media. We have this back and forth. I think he ends up blocking me. He's a loser. He sucks. Backup for years. I would never draft a backup as my starting running back. Now, he's decent value in drafts. Could have some upside based on volume, but he absolutely sucks. Let's go to the New England Patriots. This entire team sucks. Everybody sucks. Everybody. Everybody. Just do not draft. Now, Stevenson does have an opportunity, but do you think Stevenson's going to make it there untouched? I highly doubt it because Bill Belichick sucks and he hates your fantasy team. But the guy that really sucks here and has no business being a wide receiver one is Juju. He's the definition of a trash wide receiver in reality and personality and what he does off field and his stupid TikToks. Everything about Juju sucks. Everything. His outfits suck. His personality sucks. His TikTok sucks. His playability sucks. He thrived in an offense where he was lining up with Antonio Brown and Big Ben threw a lot, and he did decent on the Steelers, but that's it. Absolute trash. Let's move on to the Saints here. Alvin Kamara sucks. I'm never drafting what he did off the field with him and those thugs where they trampled on this other guy's face, and then all he gets is like, I think he gets like community service and $100,000 fine to cover the bills, the medical bills. Absolute loser. Sucks. Alvin Kamara, trash player. I have no respect for players like that. I like the people that put their head down and work, the ethical ones, the guys that have good moral values. Alvin Kamara sucks. Trash player. Has no business being in the NFL. I will never draft him. All right, let's move on to the Giants here. That was personal, by the way. Let's move on to the Giants here. Saquon Barkley actually, at the time of this recording, just signed, I think it's an $11 million deal. I think his tender was supposed to be $10.1 million. He agrees to like $11 million. I think it's like a $2 million signing bonus or something like that. So he is playing, which is good. Didn't get the mega contract. He didn't fight the resistance too much. But either way, it is what it is. They brought in James Robinson pretty much for no reason at this point, other than depth. They drafted Eric Gray. I mean, it's a bit of a disaster at running back there, but Saquon Barkley should eat, but I guess they had a backup plan. But I would say that everybody sucks here, But I can't believe Paris Campbell is here as one of the wide receivers. Absolute trash. I got to go with Matt Breida here. Absolutely sucks here behind Saquon Barkley, okay? Let's talk about the Jets. I got to go here with Alan Lazard. He absolutely sucks. Let me tell you why. Had the opportunity last year to absolutely shine. Devontae Adams is gone. 1 million targets are freed up. Literally 1 million. Had the rapport with Aaron Rodgers and did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Alan Lazard, a.k.a. they call him the Lizard. They're giving him nicknames like he's some sort of special personality. Absolute trash. Trash. Dumpster can trash. No business being in the NFL. Alan Lazard sucks, and I speak with absolute conviction on this one. I would never have him grace my fantasy football team roster ever. Trash. All right, let's move on to the Eagles here. I got to go here with Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift. The entire running back core sucks. Swift, trash. Rashad Penny can't stay healthy to save his life. Trash, trash, trash. And what do the Eagles do? They pay $1 billion to Jalen Hurts and draft the two most injury-prone running backs in the NFL that can't stay healthy and stay on the field. I'm assuming what they're doing is they're hedging their bets. So they got Swift. As soon as he goes down, they get Penny. And as soon as he goes down, they hope that Swift heals up. But absolute trash. Both these guys suck. I see what they're doing there, though. Kind of smart, though, if they stay healthy. Now, if they both go down at the same time, which is very viable, good luck, Eagles. Let's move on to the Steelers here. Allen Robinson. I don't know what he's doing in the NFL at this point. I have no idea why I'm talking about him in 2023. Because the last time he had a decent year was with Blake Bortles in 2014. And people are talking he's fantasy relevant. Are you kidding me? Allen Robinson, Blake Bortles, Allen Robinson from 2014 has done nothing since 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Look how long it took me to count from 2014 to 2023. That's how long he's done nothing. I'm done with this. Seattle Seahawks here, okay? Man, there's a lot of sucking going on here. I mean, I got to say Kenneth Walker sucks. I'll tell you why. Now, you're like, oh, how does he suck? You loved him last year. You told me to draft him ahead of Penny. You were all over Walker. Yes, I was last year. You got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him. I want no business with Kenneth Walker at all. In fact, he ends up blocking me last year because he ran off to the sideline, had a non-contact injury last year, right? Remember that? And then I said that he sucked for it, and then he blocks me. So just for the fact that he's a coward, can't stand up for himself, that's number one. And number two, obviously the Seahawks see something that I don't, or that we're not seeing, all of us, because they drafted Zach Charbonnet, who could be an RB1 on his own. Give me Charbonnet later. And Kenneth Walker, I'm done with him. 49ers here. Elijah Mitchell can't stay on the field to save his life. I hope he does well and he crushes Christian McCaffrey's value this year, but I think he sucks and so does Brandon Ayuk. There's a bonus for you. Moving on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. I got to say it, man. I'm going to be the only one to say it. Rachaad White, what did he do last year? Go look at his stats. If he was outstanding, he would have shined last year. He's the RB1. Give me Sean Tucker later, okay? Look him up. Give me Sean Tucker. And Chase Edmonds, what a crappy, garbage running back committee. And Keyshawn Vaughn, what did he do? The entire running back committee sucks unless Sean Tucker can prove something here. I'm not going to even get into Russell Gage and how bad he is. All right, we got two more teams here, guys. Make sure you grab the 16-round draft solution and do not draft these players that suck. And smash thumbs up. Let me know what your thoughts are from the show. All right, I got to go here. And, you know, this is going to hurt a lot of people. But DeAndre Hopkins, okay, sucks. All right, he's done nothing the past couple years. Could he shine? He's on the sunset part of his career, downhill, riding off in the sunset. He's on a team that runs first. I'm not sold, okay? So for me, personally, I'm going to say DeAndre Hopkins sucks here. I'm not drafting him. 5th round ADP, that's a no for me. And the final team here is the Washington Commanders, who can't decide on a name because they change it every year. They suck as an organization. Their team name sucks. Everything about them sucks. But I got to go here with Antonio Fumbles Gibson. Yes, I said it. Antonio Fumbles Gibson. Years to wow me. Guess what, guys? I'm not wowed. I will be having zero I repeat this. I want to amplify this. I want everybody to hear this. I will have 0, and I don't care how well Terry McLaurin does. I don't care how well Jahan Dotson does, who sucks as well. I don't care how well Logan Thomas does. I don't care if Brian Robinson comes out to get 350 attempts and finishes the top running back. I will have 0. I repeat, and I want for the people in the back, 0 Washington Commanders fantasy football stock. And guys, that is it. Those are the sucks from each team. And again, there's more sucks, but I gave you the fantasy relevant ones that people, and the Sheepses and Connor are telling you to draft. There you have it, guys. I'm fired up. I got to get going here. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, subscribe, grab 16 rounds. And I'm telling you guys, these guys suck. Do not draft. I'm out.